If a musician can pick up their instrument to practice, what does a conductor do? A master course to nurture young conductors is giving them podium time with some of Australia and New Zealand's professional orchestras. The select few are coached by a range of guest conductors, including the Tasmanian Symphony Orchestra's Chief Conductor and Artistic Director, Sebastian Langlessing. It's a rare glimpse behind the scenes of a symphony orchestra. It's practice, but not so much for the players.
This is a perfect example for a place where the obvious thing is actually not so important. Yep. Yeah, as long as that doesn't drag and you get a nice shape of it, it's fine. The problem is to really establish the rhythm, and that's very Verdi, you know. And actually, it's still too loud, so it needs to be soft.
What does it take to become a great conductor? A thick skin, for starters.
Extremely thick skin. Like, you really do need to be very tough in that regards, because in the big bad world of orchestral music and this sort of thing, you're turning up and telling 50, 60, 80, 100 people that you know this piece as well as all of their collective experience, and this is how we're going to do it.
And you need to sustain this, not help them to sustain it, you know. You need to stop almost, you know? And then still it wasn't right. To be quite honest, I almost think that that it only happened because I went like this. But you didn't do so much. Your body language needs to crumble.
These young men from across Australia and New Zealand are all accomplished musicians in their own right. But to improve their skills as conductors, they've chosen to subject themselves to a gruelling process of harsh criticism in front of their peers and a symphony orchestra.
Well, the music first. The music first and foremost. I can't think of anything else I'd want to be.
It's that sort of dedication Sebastian Langlessing says is necessary.
Anything you want to do in life, apart from conducting, if you have any doubts, do it. Don't do conducting. I'm the first one to say, let it go. If you have any doubts, if this is the only thing you think you can do, and if you don't do it, you can't live, then you have to do it.
Kind of worked. It kind of worked now. It's just irritating. You know, Billy Wilder said about Vienna, great set, shit cast.
The conductor translates the music from the page to the audience. Telling the orchestra when to play, how fast and how loud is only a part of it.
That is only very, very little. And as you said, we see there's a lot of in the music written, and it can be interpreted in different ways. And you are the person to tell them how to interpret what they see on their music.
Langlessing says each piece can vary significantly.
That's why we go to concert, to live performances, because it can be very, very different. I mean, otherwise, you know, I've heard Tchaikovsky 6, why should I go again? You know, yeah, because it is different orchestra, different conductor, different day. You know, I do things different. I think I don't do it always the same. You know, I might change, and I can change in a week.
His style is very physical and theatrical, and he tries to coax some of the same from the participants.
It's a bit robot-y. It's a bit like this. And that's why loosen it up. You don't use your wrists at all. Can we use them? Bum.
It takes a big personality and being a lot of self-confidence, a great knowledge of music. Being a great communicator is important. Having also, of course, a slight insight in psychology. You know, sometimes you need to seduce people, sometimes you need to convince people, sometimes you need to dictate something, sometimes you need to charm people into things.
Yet he acknowledges that's not everyone's style.
Some people go like this, don't do anything. it looks like they don't do anything, but then the eyes are like on fire all the time or something. And yeah, and then I come to the most important thing, that fire inside of you that needs to burn, you know. It needs to burn constantly and being high energy.
Regardless of style, he warns it's critical to be in command or the orchestra will show no mercy.
If you see that lions and tigers sitting on these chairs, and there you are in the middle with your little whip, and if you don't show that you're in control, they eat you alive. The minute you do something, you know, ooh, that's not good, then, oh, what? It's the payback time, you know?
Although he's sharing his expertise with the masterclass, Lang Lessing says he's not encouraging anyone to become a conductor.
There's one thing with this course. We don't need to encourage anybody to become a conductor. We don't need to produce conductors because we're in need of conductors. It's a profession that is highly competitive.
Can you nail yourself on the cross and that bang, da, with a preparation?
For Melbourne pianist and composer Stefan Casamenos, the course has been one of self-discovery.
My aim in this week is to find out whether this is for me and whether I'm prepared to go through with it. And today was a bit of a turning point. I thought the orchestra played really beautifully.